So, we've talked about AIDS already on this channel. You can check out that video on my channel. In my Dark Zone playlist, it's the 34th video. Well, for now. Actually, I guess it will be the 35th video after I post this one onto the channel. And there has been a lot of things to really talk about. And since then, I do think that there has been a lot of things going on. I was talking nonsense, wasn't I? So let's just get started and talk about Ryan White, a victim of the HIV/AIDS cause. But first of all, what is AIDS?
First of all, let's get started with what AIDS is. AIDS stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. But if you want to shorten it up into an acronym, you would get this. AIDS. Oh, so, see it? Well, if you do, I'm pretty glad that you do. And what about HIV? Well, it is called the Human Immune Deficiency Virus.
Correction, here it is an immunodeficiency. But I'll add that video later.
And this is the cause for AIDS. So let's just see what it is when we take out the extra words. The HIV. So that is exactly what the topic of today's video is. So let's get quick into notes first. How did all of this start? Well, it was probably given from a chimp. A lot of scientists have been wondering where the cause of HIV came from, and a group of scientists travel all around the world, finding a lot of parts and and family trees, Darwinian evolutionary trees of HIV viruses. This screenshot has been taken from the YouTube channel Stated Clearly. One of my favorite YouTubers of all time, by the way. I highly recommend their video. So, this is what the scientists who looked for HIV viruses came up with. They found some human strains and chimp strains. So, it is said that if there were missing links, then if there were like a gap where two similar strains can't be linked together, there were missing links and you had to go find out for them. And then one day in like old times in the 1960s, I think, 1950s, they found the missing links. They were able to link all of these together and then find the link between the chimp HIV virus and the human HIV virus. But first of all, who the heck is this guy, and why do I think I've heard of him in a movie before?
And there we pause. Seriously, dude, I mean, you did a good job right there explaining everything, and all I have to say for all those viewers who are watching this video right now is that maybe you should support that guy right over there, and also subscribe, as I already told you. Anyways, who is Patient Zero anyway? I've probably already explained him, but I think I made too many jokes, so I'll just explain him right now. Patient Zero is actually a little typo. It's actually Patient O. That's the real deal. Patient O has a lot of things to talk about, and he is the first confirmed case of HIV. So I actually eventually found that out, as you'll see if you watch the video. By the way, the video itself is called let me find it. HIV/AIDS, the plague of the 21st century. So let's continue watching.
I think I've heard of him in a movie before. Well, this guy's name is Gaton Dugas, a Canadian who works for an airport. And his is the first case, his case of HIV is the ever first confirmed case of HIV/AIDS. And he was known as Patient Zero because the chart showing the links between all the cases between HIV/AIDS patients had him in the right smack middle of the chart. And everyone started calling him Patient Zero, as Zero would be like the mystery and stuff, and that's why everyone started blaming him. But however, it was a typo. They misunderstood it. It was actually an O, the letter O, not zero. So if they really wanted to write zero, they would have written like that. But it doesn't, so it makes it an O. And you know why they called it you know why they put an O in there? It was because they just wanted to show him that it was out of the United States, that this guy had nothing to be related to the United States at all, except that he's Canadian. And that's all. So this is how a typo was able to make everyone blame him, give the blame on who spread HIV on him.
And I'll continue on, and I realized I cursed later in the video, so I'll just let's never talk about it. And here is a timeline. Actually, before that, let's just go into the notes. Ryan White was actually feeling good at the age of 13. At the age of 13, he decided he was starting to feel some sickness, and then he realized that it was the AIDS virus affecting him. At the age of 13, he was found out that he had AIDS. That's a bad drawing of AIDS. And so, yeah, there was a lot more to talk about in right now. After that, he was like, decided to get away from school for a while in 1984. But then later, in the year of 1985, he started feeling way better. And his mom asked the school if he could come back to school. And they were like, no. And here's a timeline of a legal battle from 1985 to 1986 school year. On June 30th of 1985, the superintendent, James O. Smith, denied Ryan White admittance to the school. On August 26th, it was the first day of school. White is allowed to listen to his classes via the telephone, which isn't the same because he really can't interact well. On October 2nd, the school principal upholds the decision to prohibit White. On November 25th of 1985, the Indiana Department of Education rules that White must be admitted. On December 17th, the school board votes 7-0, appealing the ruling. On February 6th, the Indiana DOE again rules White can attend school, after inspection by the Howard County health officers. On February 13th, the Howard County health officers determines White is fit for school. On February 19th, the Howard County judge refuses to issue an injunction against White. On February 21st of 1986, White returns to school. A different judge grants a restraining order that afternoon to again bar him. On March 2nd of 1986, White's opponents hold an auction in the school gymnasium to raise money to keep White out. On April 9th, White's case is presented in the circuit court. On April 10th, Circuit Court Judge Jack R. O'Neill dissolves restraining order. White returns to school. Yay, finally! On July 18th, the Indiana Court of Appeals declines to hear any further appeals. So this is the last date. And then on April 8th of 1990, at the age of 18, Ryan White officially died because of pneumonia, AIDS-related pneumonia. AIDS doesn't kill anyone. The diseases that happen after AIDS do. And so he did live a long life. Since then, there has been a lot of things about him and a lot of healthcare named in his honor. The Ryan White Care, I'm pretty sure that's the name, is another thing that helps on the AIDS cause. And yeah, the school that he went to was called the West Middle School. And this is a picture of the school in modern day. So yeah, that's the whole story of Ryan White, simplified in less than 10 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Shanan out. Peace.